Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Ottoman Empire Kaiserreich, and we're picking where we left off. So in the last episode, we had our Mustafa Kemal shot, and he died. And now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some sort of fight for the power. Okay. Let's get construction. Okay. Trouble in Dubai. Tensions have been rising in the Sheikhdom of Dubai in the Persian Gulf. As the catastrophic collapse of the pearl trade has caused massive shockwaves in the small city, Nakhudas, captains of pearl fishing boats, are forced to stay in port year-round as competition with the synthetic pearl originating in Japan has saturated the market, an already smaller pie due to the global economic catastrophe. Furthermore, the monopoly on power of the sheikh has given rise to a reform movement calling, if not for his outright abdication, at least for the installment of a democratic body in the form of a majlis. Under the threat from a supposed assassination plot by a group of local merchants, disgruntled princes and expatriates, the Ottoman fleet has dispatched a small vessel to the Trucial coast to deter any open aggression against the sheikh. But tensions have only further escalated, with the ruler and his supporters entrenched on the Bor Dubai side of the creek and his opponents on the other side of Deira. It seems the whole sheikhdom is boiling for a fight. Sporadic gunfire has reportedly been heard in the city, and meddlers in the neighboring sheikdoms are seemingly looking for a chance to pounce and back their horse in the fight to come. They therefore force the sheikh to concede, which will increase the unrest, but increase the integration of the Arab Peninsular vilayets, or it is not our place to intervene. How big is the resistance? Let's see. Threshold states 27%. I don't know. Let's not intervene. Speed it up a little. Modify officer corps. Can I give... I don't have 100. Let's wait for 100 and then we'll get someone. Okay. I think I want this so I can get some army experience. I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know if I decide between defense and offense. If they rise and I get offense, I can push them back. But if I don't have enough defense, they might just mow me down. Let's go with defense. Defense can hurt. How am I doing with 1,000 guns? The OHF starts falling apart. That's not good. Shocked by the sudden departure of their leader and here's a refusal to mark a worthy successor, factions have started to form within the party. Broadly speaking, split between the hardliners under Ismet Pasha, the Democrats under Ali Fuad Pasha, and the military establishment under Fevzi Pasha. Many party members have decided to side with one of the three, and are mostly watching from the sidelines as the battle is fought. Ali Fuad Pasha, portraying a version of modernization based on the multi-party system with democracy at every level, is by some of the hardliners seen as a traitor to the revolution they are supposed to be bringing to the nation. Especially his programs of decentralization and loosened state control are receiving much opposition from within the party. Former Brigadier General Kazim Karabekir, however, and others such as Rauf Pasha seeing his message as the future of the state, and the only way to avoid decay into a full dictatorship. In the other camp, under the still insecure leadership of Ismet Pasha, plans were made to stick close to the program uttered by the former Grand Vizier, what a progressive vanguard leading the nation into a new era, and a strong guiding hand by the state until the Ottoman people are ready for self-government. Sources indicate that even though the position of Ismet in this camp is still shaky, many military aligned party members have shown their preference to this approach. I clicked that on accident. I think it's okay. I wanted to do that first, but that's really... Okay, the Russians attack all of these. Are they in sort of faction? No, they're not a faction. So Russia just went and declared war on all 6 of them? 4? Yeah, 4. Okay, ambitious. I think they win. I mean, so that... So we need to design a... Let's first do this. Civilian factories. Civilian factories. Naval dockyard. Production efficiency growth. We can gain a research slot. That's useful. Let's go with this. 2 civilian factories, that's really good. And we can get some more equipment. Let's put this. Okay. And let's sign a new plane. So we have the basic carrier airframe. Have presets, that's cool. A naval bomber. Fighter, gas. I need bomb blocks. Main armament. Okay, so we need to research. Oops. Air bombs. What do we need? I don't get it. I don't get it. Main armament. Can't click on this, why? Oh man, oh we need to put this, okay. We want close air support and wait, this. Okay, so now we can, no, okay. This is a naval bomber. I don't need a naval bomber. Yes, bomb blocks. Okay. Engine type. Special features. The bomb sight and a radio navigation. That should do it. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Put this save. I make this. Delete this. Okay. Where is it? Why it's not producing it? Okay, here it is. Oh. Just without a military industrial organization or production output plus 3%. This does nothing. Okay. It will produce more. Okay. And now we need a fighter. So let's basic small airframe. Put fighter weapons. Why not put this big one? Okay. Electronics. Radio just gives night penalty. And strategical bombing, which we don't need. Defense turrets against defense. And air attack. Okay, let's put that. And we will just do this. Okay, it's this module slot. Okay, save that. Put. Is this it? Yep. And delete this. Not that. This. Okay. Nothing. Production output. Put that. Okay. Good. Let's use this so we can put some here. And in construction, let's get rid of this and put more military factories. Fill this one, fill this, fill Constantinople. Okay, great. Peru, Bolivia. With war on Ecuador. Okay. Divided loyalties in the army, not only within the party but also in the military high command, has the death of the Ghazi caused great disturbance, as even though they openly support the OHF, its recent decision to drift away from a central authority has left many of the Weltkrieg veterans fearful of increased Arab input within the force and their questionable loyalties. Chief of Army, Fevzi Pasha, was a close friend to the former Grand Vizier and often cooperated with him both in the field and at the drawing desk, leaving many to fear that the general may be stepping in to ensure that the policy and ideology of his colleague aren't compromised. Outside of this circle, however, there also remains a divide between officers trained by the German military mission before the war and those by the revamped Ottoman military standards post-war, with great differences in their opinion of the German Empire and the relation the Sublime Porte should have with it. Nonetheless, the risk of a military takeover seems minimal for the moment, and differences between the two sides are, for now, settled behind closed doors. Most disturbing. Minus 5% change in popularity of authoritarian democracy, minus 5% stability. Does this... Okay. Rooting out resistances, does it work? It works, nice. Maybe we should move him to this. Let's move you here. Oh. Fevzi Pasha announces his ambitions. Not only the chief of staff of the Ottoman army, but also a hero of the Weltkrieg. Fevzi Pasha has announced his ambitions to enter politics fully. The move by the Pasha, a long-time friend and former colleague of the late Mustafa Kemal, is by many seen as unexpected, as the man has not shown much inclination to join the political battlefield, preferring a real one, and is very much a testament of the fraternal relations held by the OHF and the Ottoman army. Recent whispers amongst the upper echelons of the party have it, however, that Kemal called him to his side just before his untimely departure and instructed him to lead both the party and the Ottoman nation as a whole further down the path they both envisioned. Going in, however, against a loosely kept rule barring officers from holding both positions in the army and Ottoman parliament, it remains unclear whether his newly announced candidacy for party leadership will also include an early retirement from his former position. Known as a reasonable but also disciplinary man, some fear that he may be steering the nation down a more authoritarian path with close relations between the army and the state. Fevzi fails the vote. Fevzi takes over party leadership. Let's look at the guide real quick. I forgot how to look at the guide. I forgot something. No? I really don't know. If this fails, then we hold a vote. If he takes over party leadership, let's fail the vote. Bulgaria is still holding on, wow. Unrest in Thrace. During the dark years of the empire, when its borders were under assault from all sides, massive population displacements occurred in the Balkans. As from one day upon another, hundreds of thousands of Muslims found themselves in a nation overtly hostile to their existence. Endless caravans of the refugees were forced to leave the former Ottoman territories after its humiliating defeats and tried to find a new home on the edges of the capital, from where the Ottoman government tried to resettle them across Anatolia. Many of these people, forced out of their homes in a war they often played no part in, have seen in the recent reconquest of Bulgarian territory to finally return home, and have been encouraged to do so by Constantine, who desires to deport as many Bulgarians out of her territory as possible. To make room for these people, the government has confiscated vast swaths of land from Bulgarian landowners to distribute amongst its citizens. Not unsurprisingly, the Bulgarian people living on the island land are opposing the government wherever they can, as skirmishes between Muslim Turks and Bulgars are daily occurrences throughout the region. To answer the growing crisis and to restore public order to these new acquisitions of the empire, the army has requested a mandate to restore order, by force if necessary. Foreign response has been openly negative to deportations, and some more cautious members of our government are requesting us to tone down the scale of the operations, to avoid creating the scene for a European intervention, not unlike those seen throughout the 19th century. Let's not do anything drastic. Send in the army. Let's not do anything drastic. Camel wrestling for the Air Force. The economic depression caused by the Black Mountain crisis has taken a heavy toll on our empire. The budget for the military has also seen a significant decrease. In order to make up some of the losses, the Ottoman National Aviation League has decided to host a fundraiser in the shape of a spectacular camel wrestling championship, the likes Anatolia has never seen before. Based on the old Turkic traditions, over 2300 years old, in the Turkish form of camel wrestling, two male Tulu camels wrestle, typically in response to a female camel in heat being led before them. The camels fight by using their necks as leverage to force their opponent to fall down. A camel is declared the winner if his competitor falls to the ground or flees from the fight. Although the practice is regarded as backwards by many in the OHF and the severe cruelty by animal rights supporters, the Turk I don't know, have applauded the initiative, calling it a grand celebration of Turkish culture. May the best camel win. 12 units of fighter is added to the national stockpile. Nice. We're doing okay with the equipment. How is 24? Okay, it's falling down. Good. 16, 5%. No way, no. Nothing here. How is... No resistance. Okay. Let's speed it up a little. Can we do anything here? Nothing. Norway joins the Entente. Okay. Well, that's something new, right? Antwerp-based cigarettes takeover. Founded in 1909 by Mendel Gottreich, the German-based cigarette company Antwerp was handed over to the state monopoly on tobacco today. The company, which derives its name from the infamous Enver Pasha, has declared that it will continue operations but change its name, further announcing new brands and varieties to the trusted Ottoman product. Although the company is only a small player in the Ottoman German market, the main producer being the Janitz factory in Dresden, the sale marks another point in the constantly developing friendship between Ottoman and German business interests. Huzzah! And base stability 2%. Good. France is having a war. Okay. And winning. Okay. Ottoman elections in 1937. With the untimely death of our former Grand Vizier and the subsequent power struggle with the OHF, the new elections have been written out by Sultan Abdülmecid II to ensure a stable and democratically elected succession. Military interference in its affairs, however, indicates that without their link through Mustafa Kemal, the army may soon start playing a more direct role in politics and push the nation more on a course they prefer. Either way, many fear that these elections are only the beginning of, and that the situation will remain unstable for the foreseeing future. Liberal Entente retakes majority. Changing popularity of social liberalism, 30%, politics will change. HIF becomes the ruling party, public elections will not be held. Kaiserreich event, OHF loses the elections of 1937. OHF loses the elections of 1937. What some may have seen coming ever since their close victory in 1935 has today become reality. The OHF, party of the Turkish nationalists and CUP remnants, has been truly defeated and their coalition shattered. Now we must pick up where the Liberal Entente left off in 1934 and repair all that has been torn down. The first matter of the day, however, is already a very precarious one. However, as even though the OHF coalition no longer has the majority, we aren't as united of a front as we would have liked to be. And the choice of Grand Vizier in a hotly contested discussion subject amongst the various party leaders, Prince Sabahattin, leader of the largest party, HIF, seems set to take this position with his program of full decentralization and his bold initiative to invent the Ottoman Empire. Shakib Arslan from the Mount Lebanon region seems to be his main opponent, with a focus on Islamic solidarity, morality, and the return to the old. The Druze prince, better known as the Amir al-Bayan, Prince of Eloquence, has captivated the minds and hearts of many prominent Arab families and seems to have the support of the religious establishment, with some even going so far as having an ear within the palace. As these two squabble for the position, however, many are turning eyes to the DF, whose support during the last liberal coalition was instrumental for its success. The relatively young party, founded by ex-General Kazim Karabekir Pasha, nonetheless has seen its election results explode with every election, as the promise of a middle way between the hardline OHF and the liberal Entente is finding large support amongst the Turkish middle class, while its general's personal record can count on the support of many former and present soldiers. May we soon find an acceptable candidate. Getsvent Kazim Karabekir returns from Armenia. Changes the national focus sheet to liberal Entente. Okay. So we got new stuff, okay? Is renovate the Sublime Port. Let's go with this. Oh, that is that, okay. Oh, it's bypass, okay. Everything bypass. This, bypass. 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 Is there anything we can? Repeal the national protection law. Adding loosening economic restrictions which grants military to civilian factor measure costs plus minus 30, civilian to military plus 30, fuel gain per oil minus 20, fuel capacity minus 10. This is really bad. Gain one research slot. Change popularity of authoritarian democracy. Add free trade with grants. Okay, that's nice. Let's go with a research slot. Kazim Karabekir returns from Armenia, serving as wali of the Armenian Vilayet since 1935. Former Brigadier General and Weltkrieg hero Kazim Karabekir Pasha has returned to the capital to participate in the coalition talks currently ongoing. His party, the DF Democratic Party, has once again been a significant increase in seats and as the rising star within the empire. Many expect that he will do a bit for the position of Grand Vizier. Arriving through Hyder Pass station on the eastern side of the Bosporus, the man was escorted directly to Dolmabahce Palace for an audience with Sultan Abdülmecid II, with a program serving as the middle ground between the older and for many aristocratic HIF and the authoritarian OHF. It seems likely that the Sultan will at least seriously consider the man who has in the past already stood close to the palace. Welcome back, Pasha. Getsvent conservatives flock to Prince Sabahattin's banner. Training popularity of market liberalism 2%. Can't do anything yet, okay. Conservatives flock to Prince Sabahattin's banner. Coalition talks seem to be progressing in a satisfactory fashion. Prince Sabahattin seems well underway to form an acceptable coalition to oppose the centralists. With a program focused on severe decentralization and with most governing shifted to provincial assemblies, many of the minorities and Arabs are showing their support for his ideas. Nonetheless, many conservatives remain opposed, as whilst they believe that the program of the OHF is a borderline heresy and a disaster for the Ottoman state, they remain opposed to complete decentralization as they fear this would have a negative effect on Islam and the position of the Sultan Caliph. All eyes on the Sultan now. Getsvent Sultan Abdülmecid II appoints the new Grand Vizier. Trading popularity of social liberalism 2%, trading popularity of social conservatism 5%. Sultan Abdulmecid II appoints the next Grand Vizier. As decreed by the Ottoman constitution, the final decision remains in the hands of the Sultan Caliph, and as such many were wondering what was going in between the palace walls. After thorough discussion with all candidates and a meeting with his advisors, the Sultan has today affirmed the next Grand Vizier as Prince Sabahattin. Politics will change, HIF becomes the ruling party, public elections will be held, and modify parliamentary support. For every 20 deputies in the Meclis-i-Bosan supporting our coalition, this modifier will be increased. Gets event the Meclis-i-Bosan reconvenes. Appoint advisor Sabahattin Effendi with the effect stability plus 15%, nice. Civilian factory construction speed plus 15%. Social conservatives will join the coalition. Good. I'm sorry. Madan shelters criminals. The Madan or Marsh Arabs who inhabit the marshes near the city of Basra have long been a thorn in the side of traditional authority in the region, just as their marshland home has been all but terra incognita for the Ottoman administration. Explorers who venture into their lands never return, and the Madan who cooperates with outside authorities often find themselves severely punished by their local leaders in retaliation. The inhospitable nature of their marshal has, up until now, mostly ensured their autonomy, and their political apathy towards the Ottoman regime has kept them off the radar. Recent Assyrian damming and settlement projects made in an effort to develop new agricultural land and to flush out the Shiite resistance fighting the Assyrian settlers and forced them to take a more active stance. Now, the Marsh Arabs are not only sheltering fugitives from Assyrian operations, but also those of the Baghdadi Wali. The latter, angered by this development, has requested reinforcements from Constantine to bring them in line and impose both taxes and conscription for the Ottoman army. Leave them be. Minus 5% popularity of social liberalism, accept his request. Where is Basra? Oh, there. So even nothing. Very low. It will hurt our stability. I mean our popularity. If you accept, the unrest will increase. Leave them be. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't revolt when we get into a 19%. Let's put him now here. Oh, that's both, right? Yeah. The Meclis-i-Bosan reconvenes. With the government of Prince Sabahattin firmly appointed, the newly elected representatives have also taken up their seats in the Chamber of Deputies. After short speeches by the Sultan and the Grand Vizier, the floor was ceremonially opened. Issues started to come up almost immediately, however, as deputies from the OHF attacked all points of the new Grand Vizier's speech, and called his entire program a disgrace to the sublime state and therefore the world. Ah, democracy. Then completes focus Grand Vizier Sabahattin. Completed that. Cool. Okay, I think this is a perfect time to end the episode. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.